gosh.
Didn't even shave.
It does.
Hey guys, super impromptu video today. I woke up and it is early September in Louisiana and it was 65 degrees. You guys, it was amazing. It was so nice. It felt like fall was almost here. So we'll see how long it lasts. It could be post-hurricane weather. Who knows? But I am enjoying the weather sitting outside, and it's a little warmer right now, but still feels good. Today I want to talk to you about a question that I get asked a lot, which is, why did we start homeschooling? Like, what was the reason that we even started this homeschool journey to begin with? So I feel like I kind of have to go backwards a little bit. Our boys started at a private school from, let's see, Bexley was in kindergarten and Brooks was in pre-K. Actually, fun fact, they both started pre-K in Panama, Central America. That's where my dad is from. And they went to school for 1 year there before we decided to move back to the States, which that experience was amazing. I wish that it could have been more, but it was God's timing, so it is what it is. But man, they picked up Spanish like that. We put them in a Spanish-speaking school there, and it is just amazing how kids are sponges. But anyways, technically they started school in Panama, and then we moved back here. And when we moved here to Louisiana, where we were specifically, we were not fond of the public school options. So we knew when we moved back that we wanted to put them in a private school. So they were actually in private school from the time that my oldest was in kindergarten, my youngest was in pre-K, and then they were there, let's see, we did that for 3 years and then pulled, was it 3 or 2 years? Yeah, 3 years. And then we pulled them and decided to homeschool, entering into 2nd and 3rd grade. So why did we switch from private school to homeschooling? I'm sure you're thinking that it's going to be this profound spiritual answer. It's not. The main reason that we decided to homeschool that year was purely financial reasons. So we had started dreaming about building a house. At the time we were living in a townhouse. We loved that. We still talk about our home then, even now. The boys loved it because a friend of mine that was a youth pastor at the church we were attending, she does graffiti art, and we actually had her come into the townhouse and graffiti art the boys' names on the wall. It was so cool, like so cool. The boys still talk about that today. It was a really cool townhouse. But yeah, we started dreaming about building a house, having some land. The idea of homesteading was super interesting to us, something that we really wanted to get into. I'll probably have to make a video about that later because we found out very quickly that we are terrible farmers. We love the idea behind it, but man. So we knew we wanted to build a house, and obviously private school costs money, and we were just running numbers, going through the budget, and just realized, man, if we could put that money that we were paying for school towards savings for a house, that would be a substantial amount that we could utilize. So I had a few friends that were either A, already homeschooling, or B, were planning to homeschool. And my husband and I graduated from public school, so neither one of us were homeschooled, and the idea of it was, quite frankly, scary. Change is always scary, but then when you factor in, like, this is your kid's future that we're talking about, it was a decision that we did not make lightly. So I talked with them, and here's the other thing, you guys, like, I was totally that girl that was like, I could never homeschool. I'm not a teacher. I don't have the patience for it. Like all the excuses that you hear, you know, from those of us that are either scared to homeschool or We think we would never homeschool. That was so me. I was totally that girl. So I talked with my friends, and thankfully they were able to bring a better perspective of the idea of it to me. And after having those conversations, it was just pretty obvious to us, like, why not try? And that's really how we went into our first year, and truly how we go into every year, is that we take it year by year. We never started homeschooling with the intention of that's all we were going to do all the way through. Would I like to? Yes. But we take it year by year because we know that life happens and opportunities may present themselves. We may just not want to for whatever reason, like who knows? So we entered in our first year of homeschooling knowing that, hey, we were just going to take it 1 year at a time. If it didn't work out, then guess what? We can just re-enroll them back into school the next year, and it's fine. And so that's the approach that we've taken really every year since then. Is it's a year by year thing, and we just make that decision really typically by the end of the current school year that we're in, and then sometime over the summertime we'll know, what we're going to do for the next year. So the first year we homeschooled, our reasons were purely financial. And then the more we homeschooled, like every year, when we got experience under our belts, we were able to see even more benefits of homeschooling that we just didn't know we would get until we were doing it. A huge benefit we saw through our experience was how we were able to really hone in on the individual learning styles for both of the boys. I just did not realize how different children can learn. I mean, I'm just gonna be real. One of the things that I love about us homeschooling is that we're able to better understand how each child learns and better equip them for learning in the best environment that we can create for them. So that's a huge bonus to homeschooling. Another huge one for us is that we love to travel. We love to travel, and camping specifically. For a long time we had our own camper, and we would go just whenever we wanted to. The benefit of homeschooling is that we don't have to take off school for that, right? We can bring our schoolwork with us. Actually, while we were building our house, we lived in our camper for about a year, and we homeschooled out of our camper. And we just you can do that anywhere. You can school anywhere, which is such a huge plus for us because we love to travel. A huge, huge benefit that I see in our boys is their character. Now, I get it. I'm biased. I'm partial. I think my kids are amazing. I hope that you think your kids are just as amazing as I think my kids are. I knew from the first year that we started homeschooling, especially because of the benefit I had in being able to talk it out with my friends, I knew that yes, the huge reason for us even considering to homeschool was financial, but I knew that a huge opportunity that I had in homeschooling was being able to instill the morals and the character to mold godly young men that we wanted to, right? I had full deciding factor over our curriculum and how I wanted to teach them, what I wanted to teach them, not just in core subjects, math, language arts, history, science, all of those things, but also in the extras, right? In prayer, in devotionals, in serving your community, all the little things that I really wanted to instill in the boys. We can do that. We can do it at our leisure. We can do it as much or as little as we want. And that was a huge pro that I do feel like I knew of in the beginning, but I didn't realize how important and how foundational it would be until now, until years later. So I'm so incredibly thankful for that. And I would arguably say that molding their character and having the opportunity to invest into them more than just their education, but the character and the integrity and just who they will be as adults is huge. It's huge. And look, do we get it right all the time? No. Big no. No, not for a second. However, if you were to ask me, what's one thing that you are so thankful that you did when they were kids? What is it? Hands down, homeschooling. Hands down. Not only for the reasons that I just mentioned, but I got so much time with them. I say got as in past tense, but I'm just thinking about whenever they were younger and little. I was able to have so much time with them that I otherwise wouldn't have had if they were in a school. And not to say that going to school is wrong. Everything has its pros and cons. Everything. And like I said before, life happens, right? I mean, not everyone has the opportunity to homeschool. Not everyone even wants to homeschool. That's okay. I'm talking from my experience and how it's benefited us and the pros and the cons that we've seen with our family. But hands down, I would say the best decision that we made at that time was to homeschool. I'm so incredibly thankful for the time that we had with the kids. I'm thankful for the lessons that I learned. You know, I mentioned kind of jokingly earlier, like I didn't think I would have the patience for homeschooling. And that was one of, and I was like, I joked about it, but I was serious. Like, I volunteered in kids ministry at our church at the time. And I never wanted to do that again. And I still to this day will not volunteer for kids ministry. It is not my thing. I do not have patience for that. I don't. And it was that experience that I was like, look, I'm spitting everywhere. I'm so passionate about it. I truly did not think I would have the patience for it. That was a lesson I learned the first year. And now talking about it, I remember telling several people when they would ask me about, like, how was your first year of homeschooling? What do you think about homeschooling? That was a huge thing for me. I was shocked at how much I enjoyed being with the boys for that long of time. Like, I am a person that needs her independent time. Like, I am refreshed and regenerated when I have my time away and alone. I can go on a trip by myself, a small one, like just out of town. I don't want to experience really cool new things by myself. Like, that's so much more fun with other people. But I could just go, like, for example, Dallas is like a 3-hour drive from us. I could go to Dallas for a night or two, be in a hotel, go out to eat by myself, do a little shopping, do all of that by myself, and come home and feel regenerated and refreshed. Like, I need my me time. And I was so afraid that first year of homeschooling that I would not get that. And I was so surprised at how much I truly enjoyed my time with the boys. So our reasons for homeschooling started financial. And as the years went on, I think that we were able to see so many more benefits and pros from homeschooling that we just kept doing it. The boys were enjoying it. We were enjoying it. We still enjoy it. And it's worked for us. Now that they are both in high school, I would definitely say, looking back, the number one reason I would give for homeschooling is having the time that you're able to invest in your kids and being able to invest into building their character and molding them into the best humans that you can with the time given, because our time is so limited, isn't it? Yeah, I'm incredibly thankful for the time that I've had with them. So like I said, we're going to take it year by year. We're homeschooling this year of 2021 to 2022. 2 high schoolers. I can't believe it. But next year, who knows? You know, opportunity may present itself and we might do something different. We may homeschool all the way through. That's like the second question I get. As soon as people find out that we were homeschooling, then it's, well, do you want to homeschool all the way through high school? I'm like, you guys, like, I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow, so I don't know. Do I love the idea of that? Yes, I love the idea of doing it all the way through. Will we? I have no idea. We take it year by year. That is something that I'm also thankful for that we decided early on was, and that kind of, I feel like that did help release the pressure of like having this responsibility of, oh my gosh, like I have to do this all the way through if it wasn't something that was going to work for us. I feel like that has been a really great approach for us. I have loved homeschooling. I would love to homeschool the boys through the rest of their high school, but who knows what the next couple of years have. I would love to know your why, and it would make my day if you left that in the comments down below. Let's encourage each other. That's what I hope that you're here for. Watching this video is to find encouragement. I would love to have the opportunity to encourage you. So maybe this is your first year of homeschooling, or your 5th or 10th or whatever it is. Our whys can change, and that's okay too. I would love to hear what your why is. So leave it down in the comments below. And until next time, you guys, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. Oh no. Can you see the Seriously, you can see it in the window the whole time. I'm not doing that video again.